Hello. What's up, everybody? I'm here with Chiron. He's going to help me commentate. We're going to play Billy Hatcher. You might not have heard of this game before, but that is going to change today, and you'll be happy that you've now learned of this beautiful video game. We have a nice minute-and-a-half opening cutscene. We can kind of talk about the game, why it's a good speed game, and what the heck it's all about. So, if we're ready to go, I think we'll just get right into it.
Cool.
Let's see. Just get a confirmation we're ready with the timer and all that. Alright, we are ready to go. So I'll count down 3, 2, 1, go.
Nice. So I don't even know where to begin on this game, like, how to explain it.
Yeah, it's, so Sega made it in 2003 on the GameCube. It just didn't get advertised that well or something. But, it's basically a kid in a chicken suit, and he pushes eggs around. I mean, what more do you need to explain than that? A whole bunch, actually. Weird premise for a game, but it's a super good 3D platformer. It's kind of like, it feels kind of like 3D Mario games, but with completely different controls and character and all that.
Yeah. I think a lot of people just know this game for, like, just for it being weird and having weird jank controls and horrible cameras. But I think what we're going to show here is, like, if you actually play this game for, like, longer than 2 hours, you can actually be pretty sick of this game. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of more obvious skips in this game where there will be a gate and you can just kind of jump around it, or there's a big gap and you just jump over it, or like jump like way across the level. There's a whole bunch of that. The developers kind of just left it pretty open-ended on what you can do. But then there's more technical stuff like clipping through walls and flying in the air and stuff.
We'll be seeing a lot of this in this level, actually.
Yeah, it starts off really fast.
Yeah. So as you can see here, it's running across this wall because it's actually very slightly faster than not walking across a wall. That was recently discovered, but it helps to save for like a few milliseconds here and there on this opening section here.
Here's the boss, or the big bad guy, Dark Corvo. Basically, the crows in this game are the enemies of the chicken people, and they trapped the chicken elders who say cock-a-doodle-doo and make the sun come up. They trapped them into golden eggs, so we have to save them so morning comes back.
Okay, so here he's gonna collect enough fruit to grow his egg one size, and then he's gonna bounce into the sign in such a weird position that it gives him a big boost of height. Like so, and then he's just going to roll over the gate. But now he's got a bigger egg. We can actually abuse the fact that bigger eggs damage smaller eggs to clip through a wall after, you know, stop playing with these eggs for a second.
Gotta get my egg back. Alright.
There we go. Okay, now he's got it all together. Yeah, he's going to shoot the egg, jump into the wall, and apparently not clip through. I don't even know what happened there.
Okay, this is how it was supposed to go the first time. Alright, this is how it was supposed to go the first time.
Yeah, these could be a bit awkward. Oh.
This isn't supposed to be a difficult point.
Oh, what?
I don't know, dude.
Okay.
Okay, this is how it was supposed to go the first time. There we go. Easy clip.
There, like that. First try. Don't let that deter you from doing the game. Oh yeah, and then he's just going to skip this blue hoop, I think. That whole clipping sequence. I mean, forget that you can skip something after that.
Alright, so we got cherries.
Ah,
perfect. Go for it.
So, every egg in this game has like a preference on fruit they'd like to pick up. If they pick up their favorite fruit, it'll grow usually like twice the rate of a normal fruit pickup. These golden eggs like finding cherries and pineapples, so any big drops of cherries and pineapples is considered good RNG because it just means we can pick up less fruit in general to collect golden eggs. And as I rambled there, we just hatched it and this cutscene now plays.
Yeah. So now we restore morning to morning land, or at least this part of morning land. So that's what the first level. Each time we move to a new world, that's what we're going to be doing, is bringing morning back. Some of those wall clips are really difficult. That one wasn't supposed to be, but it's alright. We'll just move on. We'll get some quality gameplay from here on out.
Well, don't worry. You failed it as probably the amount of clips there are in the game, so hopefully that's a good sign that you won't fail anymore.
Yeah. We got all of the bad execution and luck and everything out of the way right at the beginning, so the rest will just be sick.
Yeah. This level's a bit more straightforward than the first one, except there's a boss at the end. So sort of just have to sit on this rail for a bit. Not much you can do here except just sort of how you approach it, really. Then he's going to jump off this ledge here and land by this bead to force it to inflate. He's going to come over here and get into the blue hoop. This is a intended skip. Allows us to skip a nice little chunk of the level. These cats here can be a bit RNG depending on the patterns that they move, but it only costs you like a couple seconds at most if you're good at clearing them. Which that's really well done for the pattern they gave him. So now instead of hitting the switch to open the cage, we're going to bounce on top of it and then roll on top of it like that. We need a giant egg for that, otherwise we don't have enough big enough hitbox to even get up on top of that tree. Oh. I think I had just a bit of a technical issue there.
Okay, so the first boss, I don't know if you noticed, but as I kill enemies, they kind of transform back into crows, because I guess they were magically transformed from crows into other enemies. So this guy, he's like made up of crows, so I guess that's why he has like crow wings on the back. But he's just your average gecko that can spit water and lasers.
Yeah. I mean, the laser bit just threw me off because I was going to comment how like the wings is such a nice little feature.
After each phase, he goes back to the middle, so I just try and keep him in the middle, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, grab fruit to make the egg bigger, and then it does more damage. And this one, you just grab fruit whenever you can, but there's later boss fights where you have to do like really specific stuff to do the right amount of damage on each phase.
Yeah. Luckily, this is like one of, if not the easiest boss in the game.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, if you haven't faced him in the middle properly, like, he'll do this weird turnaround and lose you quite a bit of time just because he's trying to sort of get back to the middle when he's right on top of it. It's like he chases his own tail for a bit, but luckily that didn't happen there.
You guys got time for a quick donation?
Go for it.
We got $10 from Infinity Gene saying, putting $10 to a good cause. Best of luck on the Billy Hatcher run, Cosmic.
Thank you. So the way this game works is, as soon as you beat the boss in a world, you can move on to the next one. But in order to unlock the second... Well, you need 25 emblems to beat the second to last level, which then unlocks the final level. So we are going to be... We can move on to the next world right now, but in the end we'll have to come back for some emblems in order to get enough to beat the game.
Yeah. For this route, we're going to come back to Forest a little later. We're going to go straight to Pirate now because we want to unlock Rolly, who was the girl in the opening cutscene. Because they're all trapped in the in this world as well, and we can free them for an unlockable level in each world. This level here is fairly straightforward. It's just mostly movement, but the movement here is kind of cool from like an outsider's perspective. Let's see. How was the RNG? Oh, strawberries.
Dang it, strawberries. Everyone knows pineapple is the best fruit.
Yeah. But yeah.
We
Just
got a
doing
frame perfect input.
Beautiful IGU. So, essentially what happened there is that usually if Billy gets up from a roll, there's like a half a second of recovery animation, I just call it, because you can't do anything for that. It's like landing lag in sort of Smash Bros, where you just have to deal with it. But if you sort of recover on like sort of a bit where like two different planes meet, you can just cut all that get up animation for free, but it's kind of like precise. You can also do it off like growing eggs, so that's also a good way of doing it, but it's also a lot more harder to time. Oh, great. It's time for every top runner's favorite level.
Yeah. This run's pretty front-loaded on hard levels. Like, a lot of the necessary levels to move on are hard, but then also we intentionally get a lot of the hard levels out of the way first.
Yeah.
So, tough stuff.
Yeah.
You'll see why this one's hard.
Yeah. We did this because it was mainly the optimal route just had the hardest level sort of spread over the run, which just meant like you could get a really good paced run going and then it would just die like an hour in. So having these
Wow.
Oh, that was good. So I didn't actually explain anything that happened there. Yeah, the cannons in this game are broken, that's what we really need to know. You can just bounce off certain walls and just skip huge chunks of the level.
Yeah, it's like the fastest I've ever done.
Gave me no time to explain it, man.
The cannons are so hard to line up. Like, they're super sensitive, and it's like trying to aim on keyboard where it's just like full blast, and there's this big dead zone, so you just can't get the tiny movement you want.
Yeah. Like, as usual what happens is you can get the quickest can ever and get the sick gold split, or you'll just have the slowest, like, you'll be there for like 10 seconds just trying to flick it in the right spot. It's just frustrating. There are levels in this game which are like RNG dependent, and I still think that level's worse. So this boss here is Glare.
Oh no.
Essentially how we're... Oh dear. So what happens here is, unfortunately we didn't get it here. We can do a fast strat where after the 4th and 5th time he jumps out the puddle, you can only damage him once, unless you hit him in the air. So when we throw our egg down on the ground, we can get one hit off, and then we can hit him an additional time, just to rack up extra damage there. But unfortunately Cosmic missed a shot there, so he had to just wait out an extra attack, which didn't lose him too much time. It's frustrating when it happens, because it's quite a consistent boss fight, usually.
Yeah. He landed like just barely outside the shockwave thing.
Yeah.
It's like you have to dodge him so that your egg doesn't explode, but you have to get it close enough that it hits.
Yeah. It definitely takes like a lot of getting used to this boss fight. But he's not that bad. You learn it once and then you just get the hang of it like 20 minutes later. So
I was just going to say, after the boss fights, normally like you have a little cutscene, you have to talk to someone, but you can actually just pause and exit the level.
Yeah. And you just confirm what I was going to say. I was like, just going to confirm that you'll go into this level next.
Yeah. The best trick is in this level.
Okay, so do you want me to explain this one?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so this level is usually like Super Mario 64 Cube the Quick missions, where you sort of just gotta wait for a race AI to get to the end of the level, which is usually just typical means for an auto-scroller. However, there's like two things to note about this level. There are these breakable objects here that whenever that race AI walks through them, they'll slow down, so if we break them in advance, we can just save a little bit of time there. Additionally, we found a way to break this level. Essentially, there's a bridge that is just off the camera here that despawns and respawns depending on like the draw distance from it. If we, the race AI will either jump or run across it depending on whether it's spawned or despawned. I don't think I need to explain which action it is. But if we spawn and despawn the bridge quickly enough, we can mess up the AI, which will then make it rubber band straight to the end of the race and save us about 4 seconds in this scenario. There is a faster strat that saves another 4 seconds. But getting one of the two is still good enough.
Yeah, so that trick has been like cursed in all marathon runs, and at least I showed like the halfway version where he swishes himself off the map and then respawns, and he's like, shoot, I gotta get to the end, and he just yeets himself all the way to the flag.
Additionally, if he got it perfectly, you would have just seen the AR just run across the sky to the end.
Yeah. You have to like load the bridge at the right time and then run away and unload the bridge, and it just, for whatever reason, the pathing, I don't know if it has weird like fail safes in there or what, but just runs on air to the end.
Unfortunately, the other races aren't as interesting as that one, but
yeah,
hopefully one day we'll find some cool strats for them. This is what I was talking about earlier. We have to save our friend Roly in order to unlock some extra missions in each world. So the whole route here is dedicated to unlocking Roly, then just doing a mission with her in Forest, because that mission could be kind of difficult. So if I remember Cosmic route correctly, we'll be going to that mission right after this one.
Yeah. Like Kai said, as soon as we unlock Roly, we get... Normally there's 5 missions in each world, but you can save Billy's friends, and then they each get 1 extra mission in each world. So now we have all of Roly's levels. We're going to go back to the first world and play Roly's level there.
Yeah. This level has 2 clips. The first one's probably the hardest one in the entire run. It kind of requires a bit of RNG and a very finicky sort of hitbox to work with. See how it goes. So yeah, he's going to try and lure a cat over to this wall.
Woof.
Unfortunately, these cats are very hard to sort of get to behave for you, because they sort of, if you land on it in a bad way, they'll sort of just get pushed aside, which we don't want. And they're very
I will show you what it would have skipped.
Yeah.
They have tiny hitboxes, and you have to, yeah. The egg also pushes them out of the way, so you have to make Roly's tiny hitbox land on the enemy's tiny hitbox.
Yeah. So it's one of the only tricks I don't do in runs, because I just don't trust it enough, and I do it way later in the run. But
That's
hopefully
okay.
we can show off the other clip in this one, which is a bit easier. Essentially, we're going to be abusing B. Okay. My view is kind of freaking out a bit. Okay, it's good. So yeah, we're going to dash cancel by this B to force it to inflate, and then we can just jump and air driver into the gate just to push us through, and that's one of the easiest clips in the game, in my opinion. And it looks really cool.
Yeah, basically if you jump with your back to the wall and you have an egg in your hands, and then you get hit by an enemy, it's like your character kind of drops the egg and it shoves you through the wall, something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, that one's nice because the bee is this big, lasting hitbox you can just be against the wall for whenever it comes.
They're the only enemy, I think, in the game that has, like, a persistent hitbox, no matter when they're not attacking. Which helps us to, like, just clip through the wall off them. Because usually every enemy just has a hitbox when they're attacking, but the bee stinger is always an active hitbox. This level...
Do you guys have more time for donations for the clip or no?
Right after I do this clip.
Yeah, so there's another clip here where we're going to hopefully try and show off that egg clip again, but this time we're going to get it first attempt.
This NPC is... Get him out of the way, dude.
Yeah,
okay. There we go. So just another wall clip, kind of like the first level. You can go ahead with the donation now.
Alrighty. We got a $5 donation from Rose to Hurt. I hope I said that right. Billy for a good cause. May many funny bless you with good RNG for an over easy run. And then we also got $25 from Bash Prime that says, why do they call it oven when you uff in the cold food of out hot eat the food? And just as a mini, like a little like side poll that we got going on, because I'm seeing a lot of fruit on this. Why don't we see donation, like a little bit of a bid war for what the best fruit is? whether it be pineapple, which does not belong on pizza, or strawberry, or any of the other fruit that we see in the game.
I think it should be versus cherry.
Ooh, cherry's a good one. Cherry's a really good one.
Yeah, those are the best fruits in the game, so.
Exactly.
Cool. I was gonna say that. That level wasn't too hot there.
It's okay. We had guest appearance from Dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say, got a donation from Wolf.
Alright, so we have some swinging anchors that are pretty hard to dodge here. I'll do my best.
Yep.
Alright, that was a really easy pattern.
Oh, beautiful.
And then we get one more cool looking cannon shot
Yeah.
over here.
Essentially what happens here is there's so when this cutscene plays, this fire sort of starts to surround these platforms. But if we do these rolls and then hit the switch fast enough, we can just
What?
literally get. Oh my god, I've never seen
What even
that.
happened?
Okay, so now we have to do the backup strat. But yeah, essentially, if we got it correctly, we could have just hit the switch and rolled off and completely ignored the fire. That's actually a good point to bring up, though. This game has like one of those issues where like it's got a lot of commands, but like not many buttons to do it in. So like your hatch command, your dash, and your roll are all on the R button. So
Yeah.
you can like try and grab an egg, miss it, and then just have to
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
yeah, which is like a second time.
And then because of that, the fire came up and then hit me.
Yeah.
It's like if I tried to long jump, but it accidentally ground pounded to my death or something.
Yeah. So yeah, now we're moving on to the third world, which is the Dino world. This level's sort of very straightforward. A bit of RNG, which sort of splits the level into sort of two routes at the end. So we'll have to kind of see what trick we're going to go for here.
Ooh, cherries are the best fruit.
Let's go cherries. So with that, we can now go for like the faster route, which requires us to bounce off a tree.
I love cherries.
Cherries. Let's go. See, they're not voting for cherries right now. They're wrong. Yeah, essentially we can get like a nice little boost off a tree if we just bounce off the edge of it.
If Cosmic does it right.
Yeah, got it. Right.
There we go.
There we are. And then we can just get onto this platform much quicker than meant to. Also, there's this weird glitch with the with this Alder where we have to take like a hoop otherwise to get up onto that platform. But if we take that hoop, we can't really talk to the Alder whilst the hoop's going up and down. So we have to get that on frame 1, or else we're waiting for this hoop to stop bouncing. But if we take the route which Cosmic just did, we can just not have to worry about that at all. And now we also have to be really careful where we walk that emblem there, because if the emblem spawns and you're standing on that spot where it spawns, you will soft lock the game. So we also have to take a bit of caution there when we hatch that Elder.
That wouldn't have been fun because we don't save and yeah. Dino back to back has the two levels that are easiest to soft lock in.
Yeah. See, I've come to love this level recently, but whenever I say that, everyone just laughs at me.
No,
I think this level's really
dude,
fun.
I liked this level before it was cool to like it.
I probably won't like it once I start learning the optimal strats for it, but...
Yeah. I don't like the boss. I hope you don't either.
Oh no, I just...
It's not cool to like the boss. He sucks.
He's a cool looking boss.
Yeah, for sure. Conceptually, he's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, I can't believe I've gone like 15 seconds without talking about Richie here. He's the little animal we just hatched here, and we're going to use him to destroy these dragons. Or these dinosaur clone dragons, what they're called.
Yeah.
Essentially, we need to destroy all 3 of those to finish the level. So we use Richie's ice powers to basically call them off and open up some new pathways. We also have to wait on top of these platforms before we can jump off, otherwise the hits don't register. And yeah, that's about it really with this level. There are these meteorites that like to fall from the sky, and they can kind of hit you out of there sometimes. So you have to really gamble whether you want to jump during these phases, or else you might just get hit out of the air, and it's the most upsetting thing to happen. We also had to make a cycle there, but it's fairly easy to make. I completely forgot that we even make cycles in this level.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the chat right now, and there's a little bit of love for Richie going on.
Yeah.
Dude, Richie is the best. There's a whole bunch of different things inside the eggs, like, I don't know how many, 12 or something, animal friends, and then like 40 other different egg items you can get, but you don't get to see a lot of them in the speedrun. So if you haven't ever played this game, highly recommend casual playthrough.
From any percent, you forget that the Y button's even a command in this game.
Yeah. I'm like, why didn't they put the cock-a-doodle-doo on Y? It doesn't do anything.
But yeah, it's just yeah, because we don't hatch any items in the 80% route that yeah, you just don't, you don't use the Y button at all because of it.
So if you have any donations at all during this fight, just go for it, because...
Yeah, just go ham on it.
We got a $5 donation from Anonymous that says, let's get a $5 donation train going to meet some of these incentives. Choo choo! And then a $1 donation from... I'm gonna try my best to say this. A Silent Harmony. There we go. Pineapple is probably the best fruit, especially with tahini sprinkled on top. I don't know about that. I'm much more of a cherries person myself. But as Anonymous brought up, we do have some incentives that do need meeting. We still need to meet the Billy Hatcher infinite speed trick. We're at $139.25 out of the 500. We still got a few hours to meet it, so you guys can push for it as best as you can. Not a few hours, why did I say that? We got about less than an hour to meet it. If we go for one big push, I know that we can meet that incentive, so come on guys, you got this. I believe in you.
You won't be disappointed either.
It'll be magical.
So if that's all the donations, then I guess I'll explain this boss. There's not much to it. There's like no fancy tricks, it's just sort of wait to the end to dodge some fireballs. I think it's probably like it's only like one strat, and that's really just at the end just to get an optimal emblem grab. There's nothing really to it. Though I think you should all donate extra money if Cosmic lands right on the emblem at the end, which is kind of hard to do considering how chaotic this arena is.
The pressure.
I vote if Cosmic gets it, we all donate $5. Everyone in the chat.
I agree.
Does the fruit affect anything different, or is it just like egg growth?
It's just egg growth. I don't think you got it there.
Oh no. I tried
Nice.
so hard.
Everyone donate $5 anyway.
Yeah. It was close enough.
It was close.
Close enough, it works. It works.
You have to like stand on the opposite side of the arena to make the boss fly to where the emblem will spawn in the right spot.
Is that another one of those emblems that could soft lock the game if you're in the wrong spot, or?
No, it's just it's usually soft locks only happen on emblems that you can actually just pick up from the ground. There's only like 2 or 3 in the game who can do that, and only 2 where you can actually like have them spawn right on top of you anyway. So well, I think we're past them now anyway, so we shouldn't have to worry about any soft locks anymore. Though I wouldn't be surprised if this game tried to prove me wrong there.
Yeah.
Surprised with a soft lock that no one knew about.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that previous boss is called Topo because it means moles in it means mole in Spanish. But
Not to be confused with moles.
yeah, who is the boss of this world? I just like to call him Topo because he's on top of a dinosaur. Yeah, Simon wanted me to say that joke.
No, that's legitimately why. It's like Pokemon when their names have like triple meanings.
Yeah. So yeah, didn't really talk about this level very much because it's fairly straightforward. There's like no RNG. It's just you slide down a slide, you pick up fruit on the slide, and then you just hatch the outer.
You do Billy Hatcher things.
Yeah, exactly.
We hatch the rooster that is female.
Oh my god, she's in a snow coat. That's adorable.
They all have these like really cool names, but hers is just Pony.
It's perfect. What do you mean? That doesn't look like a pony to you?
I feel like with this level, you sort of come to learn like how annoying slides can be because you can be like holding an input, but this slide just likes to not like accept that input. Sometimes like you would be holding left to try and go into a fruit, and it'll be like, "No, you're going to the right, mate." It's the most frustrating thing to happen to you, especially when you're on a good pace run, and then just the slide of all things just kills your pace. See, personally for me, I find this level to be kind of frustrating at a high level because you've got to make a cycle, you've got to do a clip, and you've got to aim some shots with another animal. But I don't know how Cosmic feels about this one.
Fun but hard.
Yeah. So we're going to be hatching another animal here. This one is the worst animal in the game. This is Cypher. It's like a hippo and a rhino and a phoenix.
Or something.
It's something.
What is that?
And then we're going to clip off the horns. Oh, well, we're going to try to at least. There we are, we got it. And then, so yeah, we now have to aim these shots at these icicles, and then just get on this platform. There we are. Apart from the mist clip, that was pretty good. I think that clip lined you up for the second cycle, did it not?
Mhm.
Yeah, so
We're all good.
So if you just imagine, like, say, the KBC working there, that's basically what a good level would look like.
Yeah. This is Moles. He's a
Yes.
walrus.
This is probably the only boss in the game that has like a factor of RNG involved to it. So as you'll see in a minute, Moles will start rolling into an ice ball and then shoot off small ice balls. Those small ice balls drop fruit, and as I've said, all eggs have a preference for fruit. These spotted eggs like watermelons, for example. So we're gonna hope for watermelons to drop and for these ice balls to actually,
Okay.
Okay, so you got 5 there, so that's all we need. A lot of pineapples there for the pineapple fans. But no watermelons, but it's fine because we got a giant egg. This boss is the only one without a damage cap as well, so we can just do this and... yeah, and then just end him. Just before he becomes, like, any sort of problem. Because I think a lot of people struggle with this boss casually because as the damage gets... as the health gets lower on the boss, the speed of the attacks just get really ridiculous.
Yeah, like a casual player probably isn't going to get a full egg that fast, and then when he falls over, they're probably going to hit him like 3 or 4 times instead of 10
Right.
like we can with using the right attacks.
Yeah. I remember being stuck on him for a while as a kid, so... I'm glad that strat exists. Because I used to kill all my runs before I learnt the fast strats.
Do we got time for one more donation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got $2 from Pedro. Good luck with the run on the pineapples. I'm hoping to see Fammy skip, maybe underground skip, lol. Hope everybody stays safe at home.
That's a really funny donation because there's been a few marathon runs of this over the past few months, and like this game's changing a lot lately. Like we're finding a lot of new strats and stuff. So probably what, like 5 months ago at this point, someone memed like, "Hey, go for this trick that no one's ever gonna do," and then like the next marathon we did that trick in the marathon. And so now we're getting another donation that's like, "Do this trick that's really unreasonable," and it's like, oh no, next marathon are we gonna be doing that trick by then?
I say if you've got the time to do it and you're above estimate, I think you should try underground skip once.
Fair.
Because it's only the start of the level.
I could do it. I've never actually done it, so I'm like not a great candidate to even like bink it on accident, but I could try.
First time for everything.
So what happened there was a PDR. Essentially, we can shoot our own eggs and just dash jump into them to get like a big boost of height. With a giant egg though, they don't work unless you've got a golden egg because they don't take damage from other eggs. So we can just use that to quickly get onto that higher ledge in this level, for example. Unfortunately, no. Oh, we got 2 cherries, so we're fine. I was gonna say that this level's got like a huge batch of RNG involved, where if you don't get the right fruit drops here, you might have to wait like 20 seconds for the fruit to respawn. And it kills many runs a lot of times. Like if you're already a bad run, you get worse RNG, you might as well just reset. But as like the smaller enemies dropped enough cherries and pineapples there, we were fine just to, you know, not to wait around, which is excellent. Nice. I was going to say I'm praying for good RNG on the next level, but I forget you skip all the RNG in Circus 2.
Yeah. Yeah, so this level, probably one of the hardest, especially with the strats I am going for. There is sort of a newer out of bounds. So even if you saw this at the last marathon, it's different now. And
Yeah.
this strat's good. It's really hard, but it's fast and skips the RNG factor in this level, so hopefully we can nail it.
Yeah. So essentially we're going to go for a trick here. When we get through this next room, called an EDR. Not to be confused with PDR. They sort of work the same way, where we're going to be dash jumping into an egg, but we can do this one from like a corner of a wall, and just keep the egg still and get a big boost up. This gives us a lot more vertical height and less distance. As you see, he got the EDR first try to get up onto this pillar here. Then when he gets over on the other side of the wall, he's going to dash jump over and land in this room over here. He's then going to try and do a PDR to get up onto the next pillar, which is the one where you do it from an egg shoot. And he got it first try. That was beautiful.
We made it. We just can't pop our egg on this fire over here.
I was going to say you might want to break a mirror just to be safe.
Nah, we're good.
Okay.
If I missed it, we lost like a minute, but, you know.
One of 3, I want one of those. That's like the equivalent of like 1 minute, because we skip a cutscene as well.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty fast.
That's hype. I have to learn that soon, don't I? So this is Sultan. He's a monkey and a clown. So this is...
I think he's the best designed boss. Really cool concept.
Yeah. He's probably like one of the most straightforward bosses in the run. Like he's the only one where like I would say it's sort of like the closest to an auto-scroller boss, where we sort of like have like just a way to damage him quickly, and like it's very hard to mess up. We just sort of no, the word I'm looking for is scripted. It's basically yeah, where we just basically hit him out of this mirror, for example, and then hit him twice, and then break a mirror, go around the back of that mirror, pick up this fruit here, max out our egg, and then just hit him twice to finish him off. It's
You have people in chat telling you to go for another unreasonable skip in 6-3.
yeah, that is the underground skip.
I can try it once, and we can get the idea across at least.
Yes. Then if you get it, I'll be very sad because then you don't get to see my skip.
Right.
My only trick. Considering Palace's change where my only other discovery got obsolete. So now we're on to the Sand World. This is also the final gold egg mission, and I personally think this level is like the easiest of the gold egg missions, which is ironic for it being the final one. Essentially, we just got to get to the top of this pyramid. It's just mainly movement. There's nothing super fancy here. Yeah, nothing super fancy here. I wasn't sure if you were going to go for the crow bounce or not there.
I thought about it. Last time I did, it didn't go well.
Fair. So yeah, the golden egg is located right at the top, so we just got to climb up it. There is a bee at the end of here, and usually the bee is not a problem, but there is the rare occasion where it just wants to be...
I messed up.
Yeah. The bee is annoying. Remember when I started running this game, I'd purposely lose time just to kill the bee. So I just didn't want it getting in my way or breaking the gold egg. But yeah, there's also no RNG in this level. All the fruit that's on this path will max out the egg. So we just have to wait for the dino to die, pick up the fruit, and that's it.
I just keep getting blown away by these designs by these chickens every single time I see them.
Yeah.
The first one I was like, okay, I get it, and this one I'm like, what?
The circus one's still my favourite. He reminds me of a character from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay, so remember at the beginning, as soon as I got Rolly, I went and did one of her levels that was really hard. And since then, we've been gunning for Sand 2, because this is a really hard level.
Yeah, this is how I basically route my run around this level, because I think this is personally the hardest. Or used to be the hardest. I'm sort of had a bit of a change of opinion on it recently, but... So, first of all, I'll talk about the first skip here. Coming up is known as Torch Skip. So when we were in Dino 2, you sort of saw us bounce off a sign to get like a massive boost. They took us basically like across a massive gap. Essentially, we're going to be doing the same here, except there is a massive pit of quicksand below us, and the torch that we're bouncing off is in the air, and also has a hitbox on it, so we can't go too far into it.
Yeah.
So now we just gotta hope that, you know, Cosmic gets one the right distance, and also doesn't get hit by the torch. But I think he's done this enough that he shouldn't get hit. Beautiful, like that. That skips like a minute and a half section long section of the level.
Oh, I almost jumped to my doom.
So here we're gonna go for the infamous Fammy skip. Good save. Okay, so he's gonna go for the boost jump strat here. He's gonna egg bounce onto his egg to get some like extended distance on this egg bounce, and he's gonna use that to land on this torch over here. For some reason, even though you're not meant to be over here, there are some bees over here. We're going to force the bee to inflate, and then we're going to clip through this wall right here, and just, yeah, get right to the end of the level. That is one of the sickest looking tricks in the game.
It's like enough just to get over there, but once you're there, you get to do one of those wall clips, except it's over a pit of quicksand off like an awful enemy.
And you also can't aerial drift when you get hit, so you have to get knocked at the right angle as well.
Yeah. Like, yeah, basically you're supposed to take a completely different path through the level, but it takes you underground through kind of some winding rooms and some cutscenes and stuff, but that one specific spot will allow you to reach the room below.
Yeah.
And it's so close to making it that the wall you clip through is angled a little bit, and if you don't clip off of like the closest part to the room, you don't even make it.
Yeah, unless you're on hell.
The egg growth actually messed me up.
Oh.
Let's see, how do we save this?
We'll pretend that Pedro's strat doesn't exist.
Yes, I don't remember. How many times do I hit him now?
I don't know. I'll be honest.
Okay, I think...
No, I honestly don't know. It's been so long since I've done the old strat,
Yeah.
and I can't remember.
And now we...
What? And it was right on... I set it down right on the fruit as it respawned. I wasn't supposed to collect it yet. I have no idea what to do.
I mean, you can still do the mole space where you hit him once. No, you can actually hit him.
I'm just gonna hit him once.
I think you can hit him twice with a small egg, then once with the big egg. But if this is wrong, you can blame me, and I'll donate like $10 just to apologize.
Okay. I was gonna not do it because I knew you were wrong, but now you'll donate $10, so...
Oh no. Oh no.
You've made this a wager battle.
I knew that wasn't gonna work.
Okay, let me just donate. Alright.
Oh wait, is he still gonna die? I'm not sure.
He should
He
die.
might-
Yeah,
He
he's
might
like
still
one.
die.
I'm not gonna donate any more money in case I'm wrong again, but...
Oh. Well, it worked out just fine then.
This is fine.
There's basically like a specific pattern of egg hits, like that lets you skip one phase of the fight, but then if you do a really specific pattern, you can barely skip 2 phases of the fight. So I messed up the one pattern to rule them all that lets you skip both, and so I just had to only skip one. That was really annoying because I was gonna like move away from him after the second hit, but the egg grew and like Billy ran forward again.
He did what you didn't want him to do.
Yeah. You like hold back, but then the egg grows and pushes you forwards.
I believe you've got a donation.
Well, it would just so happen we have a $10 donation from Chiron that just says, I was wrong.
That's funny.
He didn't even put it towards the speed glitch. Come on.
I just pressed just donate and I realized, oh yeah, there's incentives.
Well, if we get to 490, then we'll call it good. Okay, we get to hatch a new animal friend in this level.
We disabled Reki, but I think there's been a few mistakes in this run.
Yeah, I need some golds to make this one happen.
I think this one doesn't get enough love, personally. I think Reki is a sick ass. Oh, you go for this route, okay.
Yeah, brand new route as of like a couple days. Hope this hits. Basically, you can throw them through the wall and with precise... Oh, whatever. Well, that's gonna hit twice and then we'll have to re-hit this one, but... See, I don't throw them again and another cutscene plays. Because, like, a really precise shot made it hit both of those. Through the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, this route saves about... Is it like 2.5 seconds over the previous? I'm sorry to Ludicrous, I haven't actually watched the video yet. I'll watch after this run.
Yeah, something like that.
Busy day, man.
Like we said, it's really new.
Yeah.
So that's my excuse for messing it up as well.
I still need to look into it personally. Yeah.
Another
And then we
huge
could just
jump.
we could just skip the end of this level with jumping off. I don't know whether they did this intentionally or whether they just didn't even think about the fact that dash jump exists when they, when they designed like half. Yeah, this entire world's just broken by just dash jump. To be honest.
Yeah.
Like-
There's a text box like 5 worlds in that's like, here's how to dash jump. So they like designed around you not needing to do it before then, I guess, and even afterwards. Like you can just jump so far. But if that's on, if a dash jump isn't enough, then we have even other ways to go far. Oops.
So yeah, in this level we're just gonna try and get a mid-sized egg. That's like the first goal. Oh.
That's kind of close.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I was sweating there a bit, mate. So essentially the goal of this level is like, is that you see a bunch of enemies in cages, and the idea is you gotta defeat these enemies as you go around the level, but we can just get to this cage here, defeat the last set, which will spawn the emblem just there. So yeah, again, it's just another level that's just a bit, it's very short, everything was thought out very well, it was just, I don't know, I don't really know what to think about this level. It's just not very exciting, and it's not the most fun to play either.
It's not even like there's anything to force you to kill those enemies last, or any kind of oversight. They just put the trigger for the emblem on those enemies.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They are like the farthest away, so you might kill them last, but yeah.
See, I don't need to sit in chat now and tell you to do my strat. Do my strat.
Wait, what strat?
The camera
Oh,
strat.
yeah.
Okay, so this is so the reason why we did that whole level with the clock tower is because the previous level and this level is like two of the quickest in the game, or in the 80% route that we do. So it's completely worth doing it. As you see, this is like the end of the level already. Again, dash jump being broken, we get very close to the end of the level by just dash jumping off the start of the level down to the end.
It didn't work.
No? My setup!
Maybe I held the bad diagonal.
I was back to the drawing board, I guess.
I think, like, normally it's been good.
Yeah.
I might have held the wrong angle.
I've been trying to develop strats all day for other levels like this. And as soon as I go, I found a consistent setup, I start recording it, and then every time I record it, it just wouldn't work. It's such
Camera
a
shy strats.
Yeah. Tell me about it, man.
Okay. So if this game already didn't get called Mario 64 enough, which I think is fair only in a couple places. Most of the time it's like, oh, I forgot about the part in Mario 64 where you rolled the egg around. But I do remember the part in Mario 64 where you rolled the snowball around.
Yeah.
It's the signal to Mario 64 that we needed.
Thinking emoji, snowman face.
It's close.
His face is lopsided.
We're lucky we even got it that close.
He looks like he recognizes someone, but he's just making sure. I was like, do I know you? I think I know you. Sort of like tilting his head just a little bit.
You look familiar enough.
Yeah. So this is Blizzard 4. This is another level where we get to save one of our friends. Uh-oh. Okay.
I gotta get the 28.
Cool, yeah. If you get the 28, I won't donate more money because I've already donated like more than I should have really, but I'll encourage people to donate. More than I already am.
gets it or if he doesn't get it?
If he gets it.
If he gets it, I will donate him price.
Thank
That's
you.
good.
He's looking like a 29.
Yeah, same.
Oh no. Unless you get a really stick emblem grab, you might be able to get it.
I'm not sure.
Ah, like 29-18, I think.
Dang,
If
so
you-
close.
It's like 3 or 4 milliseconds from when, like, the last frame you see when you touch the ground. Yeah.
You got it.
Still, donate.
I'm well ahead of you.
Alright, we get our Canadian friend back.
Ah, yes. Rudy versus the rabbit. Yeah, this is another race level, but there's nothing exciting about this race level compared to, like, the Clippin race. You just sort of go down this slide, what we've already seen before. You go around the section where the snowman head was, and then you're at the goal. And there's, like, no interesting tech or anything to break, really. You just do it, really. So if you go for, like, the 2-frame jump, I'll be pretty ahead with that. Oh, side jump. Okay, that's cool.
The one thing we do get to do is show that Rabish can not only fly to be in the air, but just stand in the air.
Oh, I did forget about that part. That part is cool. That's actually a really good talk there.
It's just chilling back there. That's flagpole glitch.
That one got me, man, not gonna lie.
And again, we just unlocked a friend Bantam in
So now we get to do
a couple
his
levels
level.
ago. Yeah.
You're gonna go for the ESB strat?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll explain that then. So we've had EDRs, PDRs, and now we've got ESBs. Essentially, now if basically an ESB stands for egg shoot bounce. And an egg shoot bounce, essentially is implied we're going to shoot our egg, and we're going to bounce. But we're going to bounce as the egg sort of returns back into us to give it like a big old super bounce, essentially. These take a bit like getting used to the timing, but because we got close enough to it the first time that you didn't need to try it again. Like if you got the timing a bit better, you would have got like a much higher bounce.
What am I doing?
Let's have a look. What are you doing? I mean, you got around the gate, so it's fine.
Yeah. We didn't fall. We just did a nice celebratory bounce.
Yeah. You're going Yahoo for fun.
Yeah. We had to show off all of his sound bites.
So I'm trying to remember the route. Oh, we get another Bantam, yeah. Your route's different from that, so I was like, what's next?
So
yeah,
again, no like super special thing in this race, although last night I did just find out that if you get too far away from this guy, he just like randomly biffs it over a box over here for some reason. So you just have to make sure to stare at him.
Yeah. So you didn't biff it, so that's good. Yeah, similar to the clipping race, we can also break objects along the path just to ensure that he doesn't slow down. So we're going to break every box and every pillar that we see. And then try and finish the race off before he finishes. It should be fine. Yeah, because usually you have plenty of time to spare. So you don't fall off the green hoops like I did trying to record strats for this earlier. Also, the next level coming up is the level 4 last, where we need 25 emblems to finish it, so after we do this one we should have a 25th emblem. And that also means that he has to try underground skip.
Yeah.
Someone was just asking about if you have done 6-3 yet or not.
Yeah.
Now is 6-3. 6-3 is the level that we needed 25 emblems to beat. And that was our 25th emblem. I think the counter might say 24 or something. Oh, okay, it says 25.
I think that's only on the level that comes after a boss level, so yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because when you go back to the menu, it just messes up the counter for like a level.
Yeah. Okay, that's why that happens. I get it.
Do we have time for a quick donation, or do you want to focus on the level?
Let me just go for this meme strat that I got donated.
Alright,
Should we do? I think we should do it in the B room because that's like
Yeah.
the least interesting part of the level.
I already messed up before the insanely hard trick, so it's not boding well. Alright.
So I'll try and explain this. Basically, we need to do another egg shoot bounce, but this egg shoot bounce needs to be so
Whoops.
perfect that you.
No, come back. Did I get this one? Which one did I get? I'm gonna wait for the egg to come back.
I think that was the egg, wasn't it?
Was it? We'll just restart. For charity.
So yeah, as like it needs to be like super well timed, super angled well, and also you've got very little room to work with. Like if you like misalign the shot, you like it'll just go right in the quicksand. It's not a fun strat.
Okay, well, it didn't quite go the right direction, but it was an attempt.
Yeah, so essentially we need to get a super bounce in the right direction. That was actually a really good bounce, just
Yeah, not the right direction.
so now
So instead, yeah, go for it.
Blind Underground, which is my strat that I found like a couple days ago. Essentially, we can fall through a death plane and then just roll ever so slightly forward, land on a platform that you can't see right now, and then just dash jump down, and yeah, we're on the other side of this room. That room is actually kind of like one of the most frustrating rooms in the game before this strat was found, just because there's this sign bounce is very finicky. Like if you go very too far into the sign, you'll just bounce into death. If you go too far from the sign bounce, you'll just bounce into pit of death anyway.
Oh, whoops.
So now that we can skip that with this strat, it's made runs a lot less intimidating at the late game for me personally. Also, now we have a strat coming up called Statue Jump, which is essentially
That's not gonna make it. Oof.
a bit of delay on my end, so yeah. When he gets to it, he's going to jump off the slide and land on this very small little bit of platform that's on one of these torches that are in the sand. He's then going to jump onto a statue, which is where the name comes from, which will get us to the end of the level. This takes about 8 seconds, but like failing it loses you like 25, so it's one of like the most intimidating tricks in the late game.
Yeah, and on the second to last, like, super hard level.
Yeah. It's a trick that I don't go for, personally, but I'm probably going to start learning it. Now just start same frame. I think, oh yeah, you just clip through a door as well. That door's really easy to clip through. I think now would be a good time for that donation that you got sidetracked on.
Alright, you're fine. So we got a $2 donation from Anonymous that says, Good morning to you, or afternoon in my case. And then we also got $10 from TP Speed. I don't know who that is. It says, he didn't get it, but I want to help.
Thank you.
And we did get, we're about another 350 away from hitting the incentive, but I know if we can get one really big push in while we're in these last few moments of the run, I know we can get it. Any little thing that you guys can donate will help for a lot, and we also might be able to see that cool trick.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the final level of the run. This is Giant Palace. Right off the bat, we're going to go for another clip, and this trick can be a bit of a pain to work with sometimes. Like, we have to hope that a cat follows us, and then we have to clip through a wall, and this wall can sometimes just say, nah, you're not going to clip through today. But hopefully if everything lines up, it should be fine. Yeah, the cat's following, that's good. And you got the clip first try, so that's beautiful. That allows us to save up 10 seconds over the start of the level. It would save more if this section wasn't slowed down because of it, but it's not that big of a time loss. You got cherries. Oh yeah, so The one time where you don't want double cherries, really.
What happened to cherries being the best fruit?
It's just these eggs don't like cherries because they're weird.
Stop being weird, eggs.
They are weird eggs. Don't be a weird egg.
Except, my brand is to love this yellow comb egg, so I can't diss it.
Just making it harder, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yo, gold split maybe?
Gold split height?
I mean, if you haven't had a badge better than mine, that's definitely better than anything I've had in a run, so...
Let's go.
In fact, that's like 2 seconds off being like... Well, the old IR record. I can't remember what the time is since you did the Astra.
Right. I found something in this fight last night, which I guess I'll go for.
Oh, I actually don't know anything about this. You can explain this.
Yeah, so when you hit this guy, he has this death animation thing where he just kind of reels back, and you just hit him in a specific way. It's like a 2-frame window to do a hit that it just skips one of those animations. Saves like a second and a half.
Okay. I'll definitely play with this because I sometimes just like lose 2 seconds on Dark Raven and runs, and I usually just figure this down because
sloppy smash ball. Oh well.
Oh, let's go,
Billy Hatcher for smash. Okay, I didn't get it, but that's fine. It was an attempt.
What's this taking paint big coop? It's moving.
Yeah. This is...
And how boys don't
We've had enough Mario 64 sections. This is the Mario Sunshine section.
Surprise, this is just the sequel to Mario Sunshine.
You guys have heard the rumors. We've got it early. The 3D Mario remake.
I don't think you can get the puddle here,
Oh, no.
are you? Because you started from like a weird spot.
Oh,
Because like,
yes, my bad.
yeah, there's the one on the right that you started on.
I feel like they touched on all sides, but
Yeah, that was like a weird
that pattern sucked.
Yeah.
It's okay. We get to play more Mario Sunshine.
Man, Flood looks weird.
If these missiles smash your eyes.
Yeah. Okay. No, start on this side. I'm
Okay,
being
that's-
real dumb.
Yeah.
I like second guessed myself since I messed the last one up. I was like, wait, what do I do? Okay, we're fine.
You get it? Okay, that's fine. Yeah,
And it is a lot like Mario Sunshine where there's that you have to clean up Serena Beach, and if you miss like a pixel on the Japanese version, then it doesn't work. This is exactly like that.
Yeah. It's definitely like the... Personally for me, it's like the last obstacle in the run, just clearing those puddles. Because I don't want to spoil anything, but the second part of this final boss is kind of a joke.
It wouldn't be a GameCube game without a harder first phase than the second phase.
Yeah. I mean, casually, I can understand why this phase would be harder, but we have strats for this boss that just make it really simple.
He's not a chicken anymore, what do we do?
Exactly, we just have to sort of sit here and wait.
Can't push eggs anymore because everyone knows you need to be dressed as a chicken to push eggs.
Yeah. As you saw there, Shadow Ball was sort of fired. Essentially, what we have to do now that we got our chicken suit back.
Super Saiyan Billy.
Yeah, now that we're Super Saiyan, I should say. What happens now is you'll shoot those Shadow Balls again, but we have to like press B at sort of like, I think it's like a 3-frame window or something like that, where you have to press B to hit the Shadow Ball and turn it into a light ball. But that's kind of difficult for like a casual player to do. However, if you take damage and then just start, if you take damage before you get hit while the light ball comes flying at you, your hitbox gets extended, so you get like a much larger frame window to like mash B there. So you can like, I don't know what the difference is, but essentially you could just mash B very sloppily and still get it. So
And
it's
then we
like...
just hit the Eye of Sauron and we're good.
Man, those
Dark
lords just-
swoops.
Oh yeah, and then like the difficulty increase in this boss is he makes the lights go. He turns off the lights.
I'm scared of that. That's really hard.
I was a bit scared you're gonna miss that shadow ball then.
Yeah. Alright, that's the final hit on the boss. Just gotta
GG.
grab the emblem, prove we're the most courageous boy in all of Morningland, and the only one.
Yeah, and we got about 10 seconds to get the last remaining money in for that incentive. Nice.
We did it. Good morning, everyone. No matter where you are, good morning.
GG.
Good morning indeed.
It's morning in our hearts.
Exactly.
It's always morning if you don't go to sleep.
Because when it's the afternoon, it just turns right back into morning.
Yeah.
Yay.
What's the final time?
It's like just sub 110 barely.
That's good for a marathon. So
Yeah.
the dog agrees.
There was just a
Yeah,
few rocky parts.
Yeah.
And probably like a minute of that was trying to do this underground skip thing.
Yeah. Also didn't help that 1-1 was terrible. I think that level's supposed to curve for run now.
Yeah. The underground skip thing in 1-1 makes up a minute and a half.
Is the 1-1 one the meme, or is that the 6-3 one?
The 6-3 one.
Yeah. We tried to do that clip at the start, but it's just like everything that could have gone wrong there just went wrong.
Yeah.
Happened to ESA for me, just... I don't think I messed up on that bit, but it was like... Everything that went after that just like... I just got slapped in the face by that level.
Sometimes it be like that, though. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be doing the incentive, though.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, thanks for all the donations. Regardless, appreciate it, everyone. Thanks for having me, and thanks, Kai, for commentating.
No
Thank
worries. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for having a wonderful run, dude. That was awesome.
Thanks. Glad to show off this beautiful, beautiful game.
I'm going to have to try to find this now because, dear lord, it's confusing and I love it.
And yeah, there's a whole bunch of like puzzles and eggs we skip past that normally you'd see in a casual run. So it's an experience worth having.
If it's alright, say one more thing. Like the thing about this game is like Cosmic made it look super difficult. There, like there's a lot of tricks that look very intimidating, like the clips and the stuff that didn't really work out for some of us. But like, it's actually a very like easy game to get into for a speedrun. Once you like play a couple times, you get used to controls. Like learning the basic skips is really easy, and I would recommend it to anyone like wanting to learn like an interesting new speed game. I said to throw that 2 cents in there because I like talking about people running this game.
Right on. Well, yeah, again, thanks everyone. Thanks, Calithon folks, putting this on. I think we'll dip out now if that's cool.
Cool. See you guys.
Alright, bye.
Thank you once again to Cosmic for that amazing run of Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg.